Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. A mathematician has two right circular cones. Cone A and cone B are similar. Cone A has a surface area of 1225 pi square inches and cone B has a surface area of 1600 pi square inches. The radius of cone A is 133 inches. The height of cone B is 345 inches. What is the slant height in inches of cone B? Okay, first let me draw two right circular cones, cone A and cone B. Here I have drawn two cones. The first one is cone A and the second one is cone B. And the surface area of cone A is 1225 pi square inches. And for the second one, the surface area is 1600 pi square inches. And the radius of cone A is 133 inches. Okay, here we have the radius, it's 133. And the height of cone B is 345 inches. So this is the height of cone B. It is 345 inches. Okay, now we have to find the slant height in inches of cone B. The line segment over here represents a slant height of cone B. And we know that this line segment represents a radius of cone B. Once I get the radius of cone B, I can use the Pythagorean theorem in the right triangle over here to get the length of the slant height. Okay, how do you have to get the radius of cone B? For that, we can consider the given surface areas over here. Now, let me get the ratio of the two given surface areas. That is a surface area of cone A over surface area of cone B. And surface area of cone A is 1225 pi. And the surface area of cone B is 1600 pi. Okay, here this pi will cancel out. And we can use a Desmos graphing calculator to get the simplified form of this fraction. When I use Desmos, I am getting 49 over 64 as a simplified form of this fraction. Here I got the ratio of the surface areas of two cones. From this ratio, I can get the ratio of radii of two cones. Okay, now let me write the stuff over here. That is the radius of cone A and radius of cone B. Now to get the ratio of radii of two cones, I have to take square root of this number and square root of this number. Square root of 49 is 7 and square root of 64 is 8. Okay, here I got the ratio of radii of two cones. From the terms of the ratio over here, to get the radii of two cones, I have to multiply both the terms of this ratio by the same non-zero number, say x. When I multiply this 7 by x, I am getting 7x. When I multiply this 8 by x, I am getting 8x. This 7x represents the radius of cone A and this 8x represents the radius of cone B. Already we have the radius of cone A, that is 133. So this 7x can be equated to 133. Now let's solve for x in this equation. For that, we have to divide both sides of this equation by 7. Then I am getting x on the left side. On the right side, when I divide 133 by 7, I am getting 19. Now we can plug in this value 19 for x over here to get the radius of cone B. Okay, now let me do it. That is 8 times 19. 8 times 19 is 152. Okay, here I got the radius of cone B, that is 152. Now in this right triangle, let's use Pythagorean theorem. Okay, and also let me assume L as the length of the slant height over here. And also this is a hypotenuse because it is opposite to the right angle. According to the Pythagorean theorem, the square of the hypotenuse equals to sum of the squares of other two legs. That is 340 5 square, a positive 152 square. L square equals to the value of 345 square is 119,025 and the value of this one is 23,104. Okay, then L square equals to, when I add these two values, I am getting 142,129. Okay, now to get the value of L, we have to get up this exponent 2. For that, we have to take a square root on both sides of this equation. And here on the left side, the square root and square will cancel out. Usually when we take square root on both sides of an equation, one of the squares will cancel out, and for the other square root, we have to consider positive or negative sign. But here we have L on the left side, which represents the length of the slant height of cone B. Slant height of the cone B can never be a negative value, so we can consider only positive sign over here. So then we have L equals to square root of 142,129. When I take square root of this number, I am getting 377. Therefore, slant height of cone B is 377 inches.